What's up, everybody? Welcome back. As you can see, we're going to be talking about Xenoverse 3. Recently, in the past couple days, I think, after Senju and C-Reacts got to play the game early. And they gave us some comments and food for thought. I'm going to pretty much be going off of just what C-Reacts has said. Because Afro Senju hasn't played Xenoverse 2, at least on his channel, in like 9 years. So, yeah, we're going to be going off of the more knowledgeable source. Now, some of the things that are, already troubling people don't like is the 4 supers down there. Apparently, and I didn't remember to mention this in my last video about this, but yeah, there's only 4 slots for supers, and one of those has to take up your evasive. This is not a good decision. I don't know why this is something they did. I don't know if it was an attempt to balance the game a little bit more, but the prompts and everything that would appear for your supers and your 2 ults that you have wasn't a problem. It wasn't an issue that anybody had stated. This is, again, pretty much going down the path of game developers being stupid and adding shit that nobody asked for. It's just shit they think will fucking do good. When none of these people in actuality even touch the game once it's released. So it's just, there's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of comments in this video about, hey, these are dumbass decisions nobody asked for. So yeah, we only get 4 of those. From what I understand, we also only get 1 ult. Again, it's a non-necessary thing to try and balance the game, I would imagine. Just, yeah, it's not a really great decision. The next thing I'm going to go into is the stamina bar, where it's like right next to your character. The way it works, and it's not good, is you have to just punch people to lower their stamina and whatnot. From what I understand, there are no stamina breaks in the game, which is not good. Again, nobody asked for that. That wasn't a problem that anybody stated. Or if it is, it's not a lot of people. So, again, apparently you're just punching people. There's no stamina break. They also took out the double dash that you can do to get behind someone. That's been taken out. I've heard this is a very, like, I don't have high hopes for this game. I love Xenoverse 2. I love Dragon Ball Z. I love it all, but just, you get too many of these game developers not knowing what the fuck they're doing when it comes to, like, making decisions and whatnot, and they can get a very clear, like, hey, this is what we want, this is what needs to be improved, but then they'll go off to the side and go, hey, we need to do something else that nobody asked for, and that's more than less likely going to piss off our players. So now the next thing I'm going to touch on is something everybody's had a problem with, is the transformation timer. Now, as you can see, C-Reacts here has only gotten that transformation just now. It's over 3 minutes and 30 seconds into this mission he's doing. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. The entire timer on the transformation is ridiculous. No, I'm going to say that a lot throughout this video. Nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for this. More than less likely, that's going to be the title of this video. Nobody asked for this. Visually, the game is good. The animations for transformations are good, even though we've only seen the Saiyans. But yeah, just the entire premise of, like, hey, your transformations, you can't be in them forever, knowing very well that the characters in the show can stay in most of their transformations forever. Like, not Super Saiyan 3, not Blue Evolved, but, like, these characters can do this. That's what they do. You don't see them fucking de-transforming and transforming again all the time during one fight. They may de-transform at the end of the fight, or when they're very visibly, like, worn down and whatnot. The only thing I can sit here and say that the timer probably needs to go off of is make the timer really short at the beginning to simulate, hey, you're fresh, you're in the battle, you're ready to go, and then have it progressively, it take longer to get if you de-transform. To get back into it. It takes longer to get back into it once you've de-transformed, but that's like way later in the fights that you're gonna have. And some of the combo mechanics also you're gonna be sitting here seeing is he said that they added a new like dash, as you're seeing on the screen, where he was kicking the opponent up and dashed into him kind of briefly. That's fine. Again, that's whatever. The bad side is one of the changes that they made was Cyriax said that he wasn't able to figure out how to grab. There might be no grabs in this game, which I find highly unlikely. What it probably is the fact that it's done some different way in the controller. Again, nobody asked for it. The next thing that I'm going to go over is the soul change, since we're on kind of the topic of transformations. Soul change, I can sit here and tell you right now. Nobody's going to use this shit. Guaranteed 85% of your player base is not going to use it. Hell, with most of the decisions I'm seeing that they've made, they're not going to get even half of their player base back with this game. They're not going to switch over. Like me personally, I'm honestly probably going to sit here and of course set up a lot of creative characters. But if something's not done differently about the transformations, I'm probably going to just play a different character that doesn't need transformations or doesn't have them a lot, or maybe they work differently. I don't know. I probably won't play a Saiyan. And since Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2, I've always, like, the main character that I have everything on is a Saiyan. This time it probably ain't going to be that. I'm honestly excited to see the demon race. Like, that probably will be the character creation path I go down. The boss and the environment and stuff, I'm hearing, like, all this gameplay looks like Kakarot. And you're not wrong. It does have that feel to it. I'm not gonna lie, it does. Which, like, okay, if it's as long as this is a offline PvE thing, which that's fine. But of course, PvP, the maps are not going to be anywhere near this big. It's just, you can't do it. And if they attempt to do it, the lag is going to be just as worse as Xenoverse 2, which we were promised that it was going to get better. And it had better. Because you're going to have a lot of people that are quote-unquote good at Xenoverse 2 that conveniently lag, and also modders. They probably won't even switch to this game because they won't be able to play it. If you fix the lag, they won't be able to play it. They won't be able to exploit all kinds of iframes and all kinds of movement exploits. The fact that they're changing key cancels in this game is great. Like, key cancels are, like, I'm not sitting here saying you shouldn't ever do it, but when somebody sits here and, like, every time they do anything in their controller, after every vanish, after everything they do, they hit the O button and it's so worn down to the fact you can't even see the O on the button. Yeah, I'm glad they're changing it. Like, I know that I've had to resort doing it in some of my videos in PvP, but that's only to try and sit here to acclimate to my opponent. So, yeah. Bit of a hypocritical standpoint, but I don't go in and primarily do it. I don't go into a match with somebody and start XY, or you know what I mean. I don't start canceling and shit and throwing them away to knock them back into just a super over and over again or any of that shit. Like, if someone does it to me, then I'll go in and do it to them. But it's good that they're making these changes to where you can't spam these moves with the timers. But at the same time, it's also something not everybody's going to like. And the spamming, at least for me, I've played the game for a long time, Xenoverse 2. The spamming is only a problem with, like, what? 20 moves? Maybe 25 that I've really, like, been like, okay, well, this person's spamming it and it's really hard to get around. Like, Handy Cannon, what's the other one? If somebody spams Emperor's Death Beam, I mean, that's not bad to get around. But the point is, there are a lot of, like, ways you can get around that spamming. The biggest thing with this game is netcode. That's literally it. Honestly, if you had made no changes to the mechanics or anything like that, like, let's say you only sat here and changed key canceling, the only thing you would have had to do is sit here and fix the netcode. That's it. That's your biggest problem. Everything else was completely fine. The controls were not overly complicated. Anybody could sit here and get online and play. It doesn't matter. Like, if you can't sit here and play Xenoverse 2, which debatably is, to me at least, it's an easy game to learn. It's an easy game to learn. It's not that hard. But for some reason, they felt the need to make all these changes. You could sit here and take a page out of Demon Slayer 2's book. They sat there and made that game. Granted, the netcode was really bad and still is pretty bad. And all anime ring fighters are. But they took the foundation and they built upon it instead of taking all this shit and changing it. Then again, nobody has even breathed a word of wanting. So, yeah, it's crazy stuff. I have no idea why these game developers do this. But it's not great, and honestly, it pisses me off, because it's like you talking to a buddy of yours, and you tell them exactly what you want from McDonald's, but then they go, like, you could tell them you want a quarter pounder with cheese. They're gonna go and get you nuggets, chicken nuggets. They're gonna go and get you chicken nuggets. And with game developers, like, a lot of them most of the time do this shit. Now, the other thing that we haven't really gotten a look at is limit bursts, if they are in this game at all. The only thing that we need to change there is taking out the ones that apply super armor to your character. That's really it. It's just, hopefully that's, I mean, if we lose limit bursts, it's not that big a deal. I do like limit bursts. I'm not somebody who is opposed to them. The ones with super armor, yeah, I don't really like. But with some builds in the game, like if you're going to transform into Beast or Ultra Instinct or any of these other long transformations, animations, yeah, you probably need it. Which, again, also all around, like, they don't need to be coming up with transformations that take that long to go off anyways. And honestly, going back onto the note of transformations, me personally, I'm sitting here thinking, hey, we'd better get something more than Super Saiyan 3. We had all this shit in Xenoverse 2. I'm not going to sit here and be too thrilled if that's the only transformation we get. Or the only few transformations we get, which I'm pretty sure won't be. But you never know with these gaming companies. You just don't know. And also, going back to the soul change, speaking of transformations, again, no one's going to use it. 85% of your people aren't going to use this. But I don't really see the point in doing this when you can just go play as that character on their own and probably have access to a lot better stuff with just the character. Now, the whole thing about the assist supers or whatever, where the character who you're like having with you, like Vegeta or whatever, they transport in and help you do a Gallic gun and then they teleport out. To me, that's like dumb, man. Like, why? Who cares? What is the point? They're there for like a few seconds. That's it. Does it make the attack stronger? I would hope so, because if it's just an ooh and ah thing, like, who cares? Like, again, nobody's really going to use this unless picking whoever that's going to be is also going to change your fighting style. This is something else people have asked for. We know we're going to get a lot of customizations with this game, because if they were to not deliver on that, yeah, your game's not gonna last long, dude. I'm sorry to tell you, your game's not gonna last long. And from what I understand with all the criticism and stuff, it's not gonna last long now anyhow. I know personally I'm seeing a whole bunch of crap I'm not liking with the game, and there's a whole bunch of other people that are not. Like, the majority of people are not really liking this game. And I understand that certain people, like Syriax, like Afro Senju, Rhyme Style, all of these bigger YouTubers that primarily upload, you know, anime content and anime games, or that's, you know, their base. They're not going to sit here and be that way. Like, I'm sure Syriax, you know, he genuinely feels the way he feels, but, you know, certain opinions you're not going to hear from certain people because, you know, money. Which, you know, is great. Cool. Get your money. Go. Who cares? It's a game. But the reason why, because I'm going back to a comment somebody made on one of my other videos, he was talking about, oh, well, nobody wants to hear the bitching. The bitching is how we get shit fixed. Like, the bitching, complaining is how we get shit fixed. And that's just what you have to do. Like, most of these complaints that we are having right now about Xenoverse 3, hopefully they'll get changed. Hopefully. And I'm sure the game won't be the same as this demo that we're seeing. But at the same time, we know how these developers are. We know that a lot of it is just a cash grab. We know a lot of it is just nonsense to make money, and they're going to do the bare minimum amount of work to get that money. Now, could we be looking at a change in the tide with Xenoverse 3? Maybe. Maybe. It looks good. It definitely looks good, but it's just some of these decisions weren't well thought out. But, yeah, no. That was my 2 cents. I didn't think this video was going to go on this long, but yeah, no. I'm going to think that's a good place to leave the video off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hate to sound so negative, but again, these were decisions no one asked for, man. And again, it's like sending a buddy to go get some stuff for you and he just doesn't listen. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Trying to get to 800 subscribers before the end of the year, or not too long from now. But I'm going to get out of here, let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.